Let me just get in there and adjust this. All right, let's start. Oh, there's Susan. Give me 1 second. Okay, we are in action. I muted you, Susan, just so it doesn't pop up. Oh, I can, yeah. All right, let's start standing. Look at my suit. Look at my pink set. I've gone from the onesie to the set. Feels like pajamas. Looks like Anthony's like, oh, look at your 70s leisure suit. Is that a vintage thing? No. Inhale, open, reach it out and up. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Bounce. Free up some energy, some holding, some gripping. Let go of it. If you're injured and you need to be careful, don't shake that area. But if you feel good, let that all shake. Inhale, fill up, expand, get bigger, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, bounce. Let it go. Have a little party inside your body, right? Like a little celebration. We don't get enough celebration in our lives. So celebrate in your body. Like you're at the game and your team won. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Or I don't know. Probably you people who are my people aren't people that are really going to go to a game, but maybe you are. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Could be anything. Inhale, open. Celebrate someone else. Celebrate someone you love. Oh my God, you did so good. So excited for you. Yay. And then inhale, open. Celebrate yourself. Oh my God, you did so good. So excited for you. Yay, you showed up. You're present in your life. You're doing things to be healthy in your body. Good job. Yay. And let's spiral, twist, look around, become much more serious now. Twist and look around behind you. Letting some of that energy that might have been gripping, stored up in little holding patterns, letting it just centrifugal, centrifugal force, centrifugal force, sending anything that you don't need to hold on to away from your body, and also helping you find center. Where is the center axis that you are moving? It's the center of this line that you are moving around. Letting the blood flow out to those little capillary beds in your fingertips, letting your nervous system awaken out to your fingertips, to your nose, to your butt, to your feet, just feeling into being in a living human body. And let's take it feet wide down to the floor. Knees are bent, shift from side to side. Let your head hang. If your hamstrings are tight, just come onto your knees or put your hands on something, grab a block. Shift from side to side. So we're not trying to go for the big hamstring stretch here. We're just trying to free up our spine, shift our weight from side to side, move our body. And then bring it in, roll it all the way up. Knees are bent. I'm going to open up into a big X. I'm going to stick out my butt, arch my back, drop it down, relax my head, surrender, and then roll up, 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 up. Radiate out into the big X, stick out your butt, stick out your chest, surrender down to the floor, ground your energy, rolling it up, coming up to the heavens, reaching up to the gods, arch all the way down, coming down to earth, landing, rolling it up. Inhale, inspiration up there, exhale, follow and release, and stay down there. Bend your knees over your toes, and then not all the way stretch, but a little bit. If you're really open and you want to stretch all the way, go for it. But I'm not doing this to get a stretch so much as to fire up my quads, hamstrings, quads, legs, working a little bit, getting the blood flow in there. And then roll it all the way up. One thing I'll say about these mat classes, it's really hard to get enough leg work on the mat. right? We can warm up our hamstrings. We can do a lot of kicks. We can do a lot of like sort of physical therapy type leg work and stuff like that. But we're not going to do like big, like, this type of thing if we're just on our butts on the floor. So you've got to be adding something, walking, running, stairs, preferably walking up and down hills, something where you have to use those muscles. Could be in your house, could be anywhere. Let's open up into a big X. And let's just reach one diagonal and then the other diagonal. Reaching one diagonal and the other diagonal. Seeing if you can come a little off center and let your head go off vertical, engaging your vestibular system, balance, by letting your head go off vertical. We have a righting response to keep our head up. So like you can see it, like, is the head included? Let's just do that. Head goes somewhere. Head goes somewhere else. Drop your head. Take it to some place. If you have vertigo and you're dizzy, do not do this. But if you feel like, oh, I can try it, I can just take my head. Could be slow movement. So my head is going off to one side and then the other. So I'm really engaging my vestibular system, right? If I try and balance here and I'm not moving my head at all, it's just my visual, I'm using my eyes to help me balance in my body, my kinesthetic awareness, but I'm not getting the vestibular engaged. If I start to move my head around, suddenly I have engaged that, right? So try balancing on one leg, moving around, let your head move. If you need to grab onto something, grab onto something. See what it's like. Put your foot down if you're going to fall. Engaging that vestibular. Yeah, my friend Colleen Wall, who is another Laban movement analyst, was just here this weekend. We were talking about that, the eyes. So we're going to come in and do an eye exercise. Yeah, so like when we let our head go off and we try to find balance, we're really using our vestibular system, our system to find balance. Those inner ear little, what are they, little sandy green bones? I don't know. I should look it up. So we're just going to do eyeballs, eyeballs without your head moving this time. Eyeballs look up, eyeballs look down, eyeballs look to one side, eyeballs look to the other side. You take your eyeballs back in your head, close your eyes and imagine your eyeballs retreating backwards towards your brain, and then eyeballs come forward and out. And we do it again, looking up, looking down, look to one side, look to the other side. Try not to move your head. It's really hard not to for me. Take your eyes back into your head. Like, you even think of just putting your hands on to remind them. We can move back and then open, bulge forward. One more time, 3 times a charm. Up, down, side, side, eyeballs backwards, eyeballs forwards. Then we're just going to reverse it. So we're going to go eyeballs bulge forwards, eyeballs come back. We go to one side, we go to the other side, we look down, we look up. So we just reversed the pattern. We're going to do diagonals and then we'll do circles. So we're going to take high right to low left, just your eyes, high right to low left, high right to low left, changing it, high left to low right. My head's moving, high left to low right, high left to low right, high left to low right. Relax it for a second, shake it out. If you need a drink of water, great time for that. Right? We want our eyeballs to be juicy and fluid. Not that I drink water and immediately my eyeballs become juicy and fluid, but there is a sort of cellular memory going on somehow with that. All right, let's circle around. So if it's hard for you to find the circle, you can take your finger and move it around so you follow your finger. Because I feel like when I do the circles without following something, I kind of skip places. So it might be helpful to draw a circle around with your finger. You could even let it get bigger and bigger as you're circling and watch it the whole time. Good. And then relax, let it go. Nice, nice. And then the other hand and the other direction. So other hand, start small, going the other direction with the eyes. Oh, I feel like my head wants to move. Move your finger bigger and bigger. And see if your eyes want to not look at your finger, right? Sometimes like in dance, often we're following our hand with our eyes and that like puts our head in the right place. But sometimes you don't want to do it. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm going through the motions, but I'm not actually doing it. So really make sure that you can see your hands. So let's just do that. So here's our head moving and our hands, right? I mean, and we could call this hand-eye coordination. I'm just going to sit here for this for a second. You can sit, you can stand, get out of the sunlight. So hand, I'm going to follow my hand. I'm going to look up at my hand. I'm going to bring it forward, out to the side, lift it up, take it forward, out to the side. Watching my fingers the whole time. I'm going to change direction. My hand's going to go up and open and close. Letting my head move and close, and one more. Up and open and close. Same thing on the other side. Up and open and close. Up, open, close. Up, open, close. Change direction. Open, lift. Look at your fingers. Don't forget, you don't need to see what I'm doing. The way that you do it is fine. Doesn't have to look anything like me. Last one. Right, and then we did that thing. Let's rub our hands together. Feeling your hands, getting some energy in between your hands. I'm going to stand up for this because this is something I've been working on. Fingertips touching lightly. Take them down in front of your groin, close your eyes, and then take them up over your head. Can you touch your fingers together? If you don't touch it right away, find it and then bring it down, touching your fingers together, eyes closed. Try not to peek and don't look at your screen. Just touching the fingers together on top and then touching the fingers together on the bottom with your eyes closed. Letting your proprioception, your kinesthetic awareness, your interoception work together for you to find your own body. And it might be like, oh my God, they're totally missing. That's okay. You build this and it won't take that long. You just have to do it a few days in a row. Okay, open it out, shake it out, taking your hands out to the side. You're going to touch them together in front and then touch them together in back. Maybe they don't touch together and back. Maybe they just reach for each other, depending on your flexibility. But try it with your eyes closed. Touch it together and back. Touch it together in front. Touch it together and back. Touch it together in front. My knees are bent. I am relaxing into this and front. And don't panic. Notice if you're panicking, like, oh my God, I'm doing this so badly. It's fine. Let yourself laugh at that. It's okay. We're learning. Good. And relax. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. We're going to do one more. We're going to do it from a diagonal. So it's like the big jaws coming together and opening, coming together and opening. So we're coming from this diagonal. Close your eyes, touch it together, open it up. Touch it together, open it up. Touch it together, open it up. Keep your eyes closed. Change your arms to the other diagonal. Touch it together, open it up. Oh, my aim wasn't as good because we hadn't done it with the eyes open once. Open, touch it together, open it up, touch it together, open it up. We have done this where we do one finger at a time. You can do that too. This is just something so that we start to develop relationship with our neurons and our fingertips so that we have a head-tail connection, a core distal relationship. We're in relationship within our bodies that actually connects, right? Not just this random, oh, I'm sort of this head with a body somewhere that's just doing its things. We are one whole thing. Let's do some undulations here. So let's go head to foot, head to foot. Stevie Wonder body wave, Axl Rose also does this. So think of crown of your head initiating the movement. You can put your hand right up there on your fontanelle, or you can even pull your hair. It's this way. It's this way. It's this way. It's this way. And there could be a little bit, this could be very just side, or maybe there's a little twisting in it as well. Feel how it feels good to you. Might feel awkward. We're introducing a pattern. It's a sort of wahoo wahoo pattern. Cindy Lou Who holding hands with her whole town, singing wahoo wahoo together. Oh, the sense of community. And then let's change it to a wave from the bottom to the top, bending your knees, rippling up. Imagine that you are, imagine that you're just moving from your bones. That just the bones are doing it and the muscles are very relaxed. So you're doing this by bending ankles, knees, hips through the spine, neck, head. And then imagine that you're doing it as water. So the water in your body is moving. It's not the bones this time, it's the water, the fluids in your body. Just feel, does that feel different? And then imagine that you're doing it as just the breath. So find your breath as you do it. It might speed it up or it might slow it down for you, but feel as if the movement coming through your body is just the movement of air, movement of the breath through your body. And then the last one, as if you're fire. What does the fire move through your body? This electrical current, this force of your nervous system. Your heart also has this electricity. We're alive and warm. That is the fire in our body. Move from that. Good. And relax it. Just shake it out. And let's come down to sit on our butts. So exercise at some point, there should be an element of play some of the time, or it would be nice if there was an element of play. Let's take out the should. Just to not grip so hard, but let it be playful and spontaneous. Like, oh, what if I try it like this? What if I try it like that? Let's do our side stretches. Head tail connection, tail head connection, core distal pattern, center to edge, right? And we're drawing around our body this big peripheral pathway, reaching the arms out, circling the whole way around. Opening it up, changing direction. Can you do this with a sense of free flow and easiness? Or is it kind of more of a bound flow, more sort of mature and contained? Invite in a little childlike playfulness to your body. Ah. And then let's change legs. Non-dominant leg goes in front. We're going to change the exercise. We're just going to take it down the front and you're going to free up your spine. There's like those wooden snakes that you can hold by the tail and move it. And like, I'm sure you've seen them. They're made out of wood and they're like little parts, segments. And if you go like this, you can move the body of the snake. So imagine that that's your spine. 33 bones of the spine. Some of them are fused. So like we have our coccyx, we move up through our sacrum into our lumbar spine. Some of those are fused into our thoracic, into our cervical. Then we hit onto our head. So imagine that whole connection. Even the fused vertebrae have energy. And then come in and roll it up. And let's just do one side here, but it'll be a little different. We're gonna take it to the side. You're gonna open up a little bit there. So you can surrender and soften, and then inhale, open your lungs, look up, exhale, soften and curl, arch and open, soften and curl, arch and open, soften and curl, arch and open. Take it to the other side. Exhale, soften and curl. Lengthen inside your spine, out. So lengthening from your nervous system into the bones, into the muscles, into the tissues, right? So from your nervous system, it could be from your brain, down your spinal cord. Oh, I'm thinking about this opening. But the nervous system is continuous within our body. There's not a part where it's like, this is the part. It's all connected, interwoven, interdigitated. What does that mean? It means it's like this, some places. Not that our nervous system, some places things are like that. Like, I'm not going to go into it. I learned this from Gil Hedley. It was about, I know what it is, the diaphragm and the transversus abdominis around here in our, coming into our bottom of our ribs. And the parts of our abs connect in different places. Like some of them are connecting more on the surface or on the outer edge of our ribs, and some like right into the middle, and some kind of in and under. Where are these layers? But these layers aren't like, it's not like a layer cake. It's more like an interwoven sweater, I don't know, with fluids and meat. And the meat is part of the, I don't know, this metaphor is getting complicated. Let's just take our knees, drop them from side to side, massaging through your butt and your lower back. And I can think about this movement initiating from my tailbone. So my tail is kind of squishing back. My legs drop, and then my spine comes to connect to the mat. That's one way of doing it, which I usually don't do it this way, but this is more like a Bartenieff fundamental. So one of the foundations of the way that I teach, it comes from Laban Bartenieff and Rudolf Laban. created this system of movement analysis with a lot of other people, and Irmgard Bartenieff brought it here to the US and started the Laban Bartenieff Institute of Movement Studies, which is where like a lot of my thinking comes from that. Although I've studied so many different things and everything integrates with it. Let's come up and take your hands on your knees, those things in the middle of your leg, mid-limb, hands on knees, circling. You can lift your head up if you want, looking towards your feet as you come up. And then see if you can really relax yourself back down onto the floor with your spine. Legs and hands can pull you up, or just that connection pulls you up, and then relax into the floor. Lubricating up our hip sockets and getting some activity in the spine, in the scapula, in the back, and change direction with those circles. Other way. And for right now, I am actually pointing my feet. I'm making this exercise more specific. It could be that I'm just relaxing my feet and they're just there, but today I want to point my toes and really feel them part of this line of my lower leg. Last one. This time we're going to take it down, open out, big stretch, circle your hands and your ankles. Your knees might be bent here. If you can straighten your legs, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. Change direction, go the other way. And then just roll from one side to the other. You can bend one knee, bend the other, massaging out your lower back, massaging out your sacrum, sacroiliac, getting a nice massage between the weight of your body and the floor. And then come in, open your feet wide, internally rotate one leg at a time, spiral in. Sometimes we like to do the same stuff over and over again, and it's familiar and it feels good. Like I know exactly what I'm going to feel when I go do that thing. But I feel like to be really present in yourself, it's better not to lock into knowing what it feels like, but to feel what it feels like fresh every time. So today, like we're doing some more playful things, but we're also doing some things that we do a lot. But don't just go into autopilot, really feel into it. Hook your heel over your knee, open it up. Stay present in your experience. Stay present with your body mind as you do this. Which doesn't mean you have to shut a ton of stuff out. The stuff can be there, but just keep coming back to sensation. Switch it to the other side. So that the exercise can be like a practice, like a moving meditation, where you're just practicing being you, being present with yourself, letting go of tensions, maybe adding tension sometimes, then letting them go. Like that's what's happening when we're exercising. We're demanding some things of our body and then we let it go. Maybe we stretch it out. Let's press up. Circles with your hips. As big or as small as feels good to you. I feel like this exercise, not necessarily being circles, but where you press your pelvis up is kind of a bridge, change direction, is foundationally healthy for people. And I see most people can't do it very well if they haven't been doing it, right? Most people don't have the strength to push through and they're tight in the front of their hip flexors or tight in their abs, in their gut body could be all cranked up. We want to open that up. So let's just go up and down with that. So you're going to push with your feet, blast off to the stratosphere, and then release it back down, come down to earth. Really land, let yourself come all the way down, and then push, blast off, open up, and then bring it down. If you have issues in your head and neck, and this hurts, you can also do it here, pressing up like that, right? It doesn't have to be that your shoulders are on the floor. Feeling the back of the body working, so hamstrings working. And if you don't feel them, take your hands, put them in there. Can you feel that connection into your sit bones, pressing up? That is your hamstrings. Lower it down. Press it up. Lower it. Is it that is your hamstrings? Those are your hamstrings? Those are your hamstrings. Let's go with that. And let's come up. If it feels okay, interlace your hands behind your back. Walk your shoulders closer together. Push up. You're opening up even more. You're going to inhale, knees open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Letting the tissue in your legs, the fascia, the muscle fiber, the perifascia, which is the stuff, the periosteum, the stuff that's next to the bone, have some movement. Come into center, heels off the floor, heels lower down, flex your foot up, lower down, heels up, heels down, flex your foot, heels down, heels up, heels down, flex, heels up, heels down, flex and release. Open the whole thing up. Take a deep breath in as you surrender down into the floor. Let yourself release and melt, like down and out. Soften into the floor. From here, we're going to roll onto one side as kind of slow, melty, ready, like butter in a pan. We make a lot of popcorn here, and we have an air popper. And I don't like to put the butter in the top of the air popper thing. I like to just melt it on the stove. And I'm really not a microwave person. I just don't use those at all. So I don't know why I'm saying that, but I get the opportunity. I do know why. I get the opportunity to look at butter melting. Let yourself be like butter melting. Spreading across the pan of the floor gently. And then you're going to start to pick up your legs and roll from side to side. So there's a little more weight as the legs come off the floor, more weight into your back. Your body gives you more weight. So there's the opportunity for more of a massage through your back. If you are very tender and you need more padding, make sure you get it. The more you do it, probably the less padding you're going to need. If you're a very thin person, you might need more padding. If you've got a little extra meat on you, you might not need it so much. But it depends. Like we have different sensitivities. So we want to think of our bodies being able to yield into the ground, right? We aren't fighting gravity, we're just releasing into it. The gravitational pull of the earth is holding us on the planet. We aren't going to fall off the planet. It is connecting us. All right, let's come in, knees to your chest and spiral. Gentle twist. If this hurts, go easy with it. If your back hurts when you spiral, try turning your head in the same direction as your legs. It will decrease the spiral. If your back feels good and you want to make this harder, you can extend your legs out. Good. And come in, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Oh, let it go. Have a little tantrum on the floor. Shake out any extra tension. Let's give our calves a little hit or a big hit. I'm hitting the outside, so I'm getting my peroneals into the middle, maybe a little bit on the inside. Doesn't have to be the hardest thing, but get that tissue to move around, right? It's hard to release our calves. And if you wear shoes all the time, like you're locking up your feet in little prisons. So we want to get movement through our feet, movement through our calf. Let's do that ankle grab. So you're going to grab your ankle and you're going to pull the tissue away. Your knee is bent and then circle your foot. If it feels like a kind of sharp pulley feeling, welcome to your fascia. That is your nerves and your fascia going, oh, we're pretty stuck together here. Changing direction whenever you want, re-grab, and then release. Right, this is all like anti-torn Achilles stuff. Grab the other side, same thing, pull, circle your ankle and your foot. Getting the layers of fascia, like the layers of the deep fascia, the superficial fascia, the little muscle casing fascia, the intermuscle fascia to move around and have some resilience. Pull, change direction whenever you want. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay. And often, I mean, most of the time, if we're standing, most of the time our feet are going down, so the fascia is going down, right? We feel gravity. So this is just a little pull away to give it some movement, some traction in the other direction. All right, roll back and forth a few times, massaging through your back. There's Gaylord, of course, getting right in the way of my roll. Hey, we need that. Why? Why do they have to try it? Like, it's like if this is an attention-seeking move, and it usually works. Hey, hey. All right, let's take it down onto your back. Hands down by your sides, legs up to the ceiling. Small circles, starting small, maybe getting bigger as you get going. So it can be like a spiral. The circle starts small, it gets bigger and bigger. You can even go to letting your butt peel up off the floor. And this is for the people in TV land. I do have a Venmo. I also have a Patreon. You can buy me a coffee. If you are following my videos and you want to support my work, please feel free to do that. There should be a link in the description, or there will be. It's not there right now. There will be once I edit this post. Take your legs up to the ceiling, hands behind your head, flex your feet, point your toes, cross over, flex, reach through your heels, point and cross, reach it up, point and cross, push through your heels, point and cross, reach it up, point and cross, reach, wake up those feet, lengthen, push through the ceiling, lengthen, push through the ceiling, lengthen, push, lengthen, push, changing it, one knee in, one knee out, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, really cross, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax. Relax your head and neck. Free up your head-tail connection. Relax your gut body. Let's just do like a little tapping. So little fingers tapping on your belly, on the bottom of your ribs, up on your sternum, tapping into your body. I am here. This is my body. Tap down your legs, right? Bringing your awareness of your body and sensation really online. Like we probably feel the inside of our body from working our abs just now, but we also want to feel the surface. Look at this. I match my socks, my pants, my shirt. I'm making an effort. Sometimes I get dressed up thinking, I got, not that this is dressed up, this is the whatever, pajama sweats look. But I do it because it makes me feel happy. And then also, like, when I see other people who have made an effort, it makes me happy too. I'm like, look at that. They made an effort. Doesn't mean always we want to be like fully decked out, but sometimes do it for fun. Elbow to knee, reach it out. Exhale, open it up. Inhale, open it. Play the part sometimes, right? What part are you playing? Play the fun one. Especially if it challenges you to be a little bit different, right? I had, when I was teaching at a big gym in the city, I had a Saturday morning class. Some of the people in my Zoom room were in regularly. And one time I told them, I said something about color, roll back and forth, that like, oh, bring some color into your life, like get a shirt or whatever, get a pair of pants, get something that's in a color. And then some of them did it. And they were like, see, I bought a color. Like, oh my God. I think it's good. We need to have some color in our life, right? I'm not trying to control people. I'm just suggesting. Like sometimes we get locked into who, oh, I don't do things like that. I never wear a bright color. Sometimes I wear black. I try not to do it in class because then I kind of blend into the floor and the wall, which is actually blue, but open it wide. We want to be able to feel all the possibilities. Maybe you'll feel super weird running around in a bright yellow sweater. Or maybe you'll be like, oh, this isn't so bad. What is it like to be a little bit different? Unlock the personality a little bit, change direction, make room for something to be different. Maybe it's not colors. Maybe you already wear a lot of colors. In my personal view, everyone who lives in a cold place should have a onesie and wear it most of the time. Let's come into center and let's do, we haven't done this in a while. You're going to reach back through your foot, push through your heel and arch, arcing your spine, pushing back through your heel. And then you're going to come over the top of the foot, round your spine and curl. Reach back through your heel, push with your heel, arch, chest is open, spine is arching. Curl, top of the foot to the floor, push with your arms. Reach through your heel. Come over the top of the foot. Reach through your heel, over the top of the foot, change it to the other side. Arching back, push through your heel, over the top of your foot, push down through the top of your foot, curl, arch, curl, push through your arms, push through the top of your foot, scoop, arch, push back, and curl, and again, arch, and curl. Good, and let's take it in downward dog. Just walk through your feet, bend one knee, bend the other. If downward dog doesn't work for you, here's an option. Hands on a chair, hands on the wall, something else where you can get your arms up. Just Gaylord's trying to get behind the curtain. Just got to help him out with that. He likes to sit in the sun. All right, let's take it down and do some tricep push-ups. Just plain old tricep push-ups, not plain old tricep push-ups. It's going to be this. It's going to be a tricep push-up. Pop up your legs, open it to a side plank. Hands down, knees down. Or your knees are never on the floor, whatever works for you. Any version of this. You could do this on the wall. Good, and relax. Bring it in. Let's come onto our sides. Let's do this. Let's do this side plank. So my nose is really itchy. I think this is a combo of cat hair and dust. And teaching. Cat hair, dust, and teaching. Little nose itch cocktail. Let's press it up, lift, and then come down. Knees are bent up and down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up, exhale down if that feels good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take your leg out, small circles. 4 in one direction, 4 in the other direction. Take your knee down behind the other knee. Come up, side stretch. Hollow and curl, arch and open. Get that side body, ribcage, lungs, heart moving. And come around. Switch it over to the other side. Onto your elbow and knees, feet together, press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chest, lungs open. 6, long spine. 7, 8, 9, 10. Top leg goes up, circle in one direction. Lengthen it out. Change direction. Good, and release it down. Back knee, top knee behind the bottom knee, side stretch. Curl forward. Arch and open. Hollow and curl. Open it up. Exhale. Inhale. Feel the breath. Use the power of the breath to help you move. And release. feel like I haven't done a straddle in here in a long time. So let's do a straddle. Maybe I have, I don't know. Opening up. Circles with your gut body. Think of your organs just pouring around. So a lot of times in movies, like people have their stomachs cut open and their guts fall out like sausages. That is not anatomically the way it would happen. We have this thing, which is like a sea fan called the mesentery, and all your whole structure of the intestines is connected to that. So it would never just fall out. I mean, we might see the structure, but it wouldn't fall out like linked sausages. But you want those layers, that long line of your intestines to have some movement, motility, the movement of our system, like peristalsis, all that kind of stuff is happening in there. And if we're all locked up, we're not giving it the chance. So let your belly be like a sea creature. Change direction if you haven't changed direction. And find the fluidity of your body and just circle with that. Breathing. Change direction again. Maybe it's more of a free flow shape than a circle. Just keep shifting around with it. Imagine that your gut body is just oceanic. Nothing to hold in, nothing to make perfect. We're just giving it movement. Oh, what reproductive organs? Getting some movement. Diaphragm, ribcage, lungs, and heart, getting some movement. Yeah, I feel like we would have a lot less heart disease if people actively thought about connecting to their hearts, moving their hearts, allowing the hearts to express, and then also thinking about the blood flow going all the way out to the edges of our body and coming back, right? The arterial flow goes out and then comes back in through the venous flow. Let's arch and curl, feeling all the way to the tips of our toes. Let's add the hands, arch and curl and round. Arch and curl and arch and curl. If you're tighter, you can push from the back, lift and fold, arch and curl. If you're looser, you don't need to do that. And let's just take it down. If you need to come out of the straddle, Baddha Konasana is fine. But if you're okay with the straddle, take it down and just shift a little bit from side to side. That same wooden snake moving around. Good. And then bring it in, bring your legs together, give them a bang up and down, rotate in and out. And let's do just rolling across your butt, massaging out your glutes, relax your feet. And then we're going to roll across, put the knee down, other foot is going to step, and you're just going to take your butt to the ceiling. You're going to bend your knees, fold it into the floor, come around to the other side, step across, hands to the floor, butt up, take it down. Mobility, I can get up, right? And this is just getting into a little hamstring stretch, folding back down. So I'm crossing, I put my foot down, this one is there, my hands come to the floor, my butt goes to the ceiling, and then I fold it back down and twist. We want to have so many ways that we can get around. Good. And let's let that go. Take it into a regular old forward fold. Walk your butt from side to side. Take it down. Keep that little movement, gentle inner movement, readjusting the inner body, giving you more space. We could stay just in a static stretch, but if we move just a little bit of adjusting, a little bit of micro movement, we're getting the tissue inside to kind of massage itself around. So even if you're kind of tight, your knees are bent, a little bit of movement, a little wiggle, rippling and waving through your body. And let's just do a hip stretch, knee over knee. You can leave the bottom leg straight or you can fold it under. Oh, my hip's so tight. Circles. Let's go free form shape. So you're just mobilizing again, like we did when we were sitting in the straddle. Could be circles, could be shifting, changing, free flowing, shaping in your body. What is that shaping? It's like the internal organs, the bones, the muscle fibers. Everything's getting a chance to massage the inner body and free up some, I don't want to say stuck energy, but free up some tension patterns that might be happening. Let them go. Let it soften. What if life was just a little bit easier, a little bit more spacious? Take it down, relax your head and neck. Big breathing. Fill up with the inhale, and then let yourself melt into that spaciousness created by the inhale. On the exhale. So exhale, you fill up on the inhale, your balloon gets bigger, and then as you exhale, you soften and melt. Coming up, let's just spiral towards the top leg, looking around behind you, and then spiral to the bottom leg and come out. We're not going to do any more side-side. We've done so much side-side. Release it, bang them up and down, rotate in and out, switch it to the other side. Settle in, come down to earth. Bottom leg can be straight. You can change this in any way that you need to. Free flow movement in the gut body, in the spine, feeling that head-tail connection. Listening deeply to the sensations of your body. It might be like, oh my God, that hurts so much. Or it might be like, oh, there's some space to let go here. And not that we want to force it into it. We want to come into this like dynamic, alive relationship. We're not forcing it into objectifying our body and fixing these things. We're present with, feeling into, connected to. We are our body. We are our body mind. It's not separate. And take it down, same thing. Free up the head, tail, wooden snake body. Breathing into it. Feel the blow up, the fill up, the expansion on the inhale, and then the release into that on the exhale. Release into that spaciousness. Inviting your system to let go of any tension patterns that are not serving you. Sometimes we define ourselves by what we don't like. We define ourselves by the things that make us angry. We define ourselves with the holding and the anger and the gripping. What if you define yourself by what you do like, what feels wonderful and loving, what inspires you? Switching the lens towards something that's a little brighter. Coming up, spiral towards the top leg. And coming in, unscramble, bang it out. Little hit down the outside. Get that tissue to free up, like Jello. You don't want to hit yourself so you're hurting yourself. You want to develop a relationship where you can feel what is the appropriate depth or intensity that I should do any of this stuff. Like, be smart about it. Listen to your body. Let's just breathe, taking it in for a couple of breaths. Open, expand. Have the party. You did it. Yay. Shake it out, especially if it feels stupid and awkward. Oh, yeah, get into that stupid awkwardness. Oh, what if somebody sees me? Oh, no, they think I'm an idiot. Perfect. Then you don't have to hold up any front. Everyone already thinks you're foolish. Perfect. Once you're the fool, everything's open to you. You don't have to put up this is who I am and I'm so good at it. And watch this. Look how good I am at my things. Let it go. Free it up. Free up the pattern. Give yourself some space to be alive, to relate to what is alive in the world. All my people in TV land, thank you for joining. I see I have a couple